Hello, welcome. Hi everyone. Sorry I'm a little late today. Still setting up a few things, so bear with me. The first thing I need to set up is this right here. Well, you don't see it. Right under this camera, there's my TV, and I want to see what you have to say. So bear with me a second as I, as I stream this to the TV. It's gonna be really quick. I'm just gonna cast this, 1, 2, 3, and no, that's not what I want.
Hello.
No. Don't say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Stop it. No.
Here, well, you don't see it.
That's definitely not what I want. Sorry, guys. It seems like anytime I stream something, there's something weird happening that's definitely not intended. Please stay. I have some cool stuff today. Really. Please stay. Because I know what the problem is. I know it. It's this. Okay, now I should see your comments on the screen and I can say hello in just a second. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't be difficult. Not you. Them. I promise. This is gonna be good. Yes, I should have prepared this before. Yes, I know. Come on. Can you guys hear me at least? This is the end of my career because I'm wasting your time. Don't want that. I see comments coming in. I see you all. I just want to see you here on my TV, which is behind, just under, because I don't want to turn my back anytime something's happening. Something's happening. If you saw what I saw here, you'd understand the frustration. As of now, this is not happening the way I want. It will. Do you guys know how I can AirPlay something? Does anybody know? Please, come on. I don't want to have to stop this and start again. I want to be able to read my comments. So sorry. So sorry. I know you're here. I know it. I know. And this shouldn't be happening. Come on. Input. Okay, for those of you who are curious about what's going on, I want to be able to look at you and also read your comments on the screen. And for some reason, it's just not letting me do this. What are we going to do? I don't know. Office TV connecting. Okay. It says that it's connected. And then the source is going to be my desktop. Right? I think we're getting somewhere. Come on, I really don't like this. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to use the good old phone here to read your comments. Hello, everyone. You know, we're just going to do this. What is this camera? It's that one. Hello. Welcome. Sorry I wasted a couple minutes here. I see your comments right here, unfortunately. Not right under like I wanted to be, but everyone, so glad you're here. And yes, I'm on an iMac. Gaiman, maybe you have an idea? If I could only stream what's on my computer to this TV over there, and this does AirPlay, it also does Chromecast, but for some reason, at least it seems that my audio is working. And it also seems that I have the wrong camera on, really? No, I think I'm good. Right? So, everyone, we're going to do a Q&A thing. And we're going to do a few interesting things as well. Because I have something I want to show you. I'm just going to show you right now. I'm just going to grab my guitar. This one right here. And I'm going to switch to something a little clean. Maybe this. How is that? Is that good? Good? Okay, if you have any questions, please do. I welcome questions here, especially today, because I'm going to be honest, I had an idea this morning for this, but I don't know how it's going to go. We'll see. It seems to be always the case for this, but we'll just give it a try. I wanted to talk about a brand new topic today. How to unlock your musicality on the instrument. I know all my videos are like that, but I think it's a fascinating topic. We're going to work with no backing tracks at all today because we want to discover stuff that is inside of us. And I started a few videos on the channel. I think we'll probably continue doing stuff like that where we try to gather inspiration from places that are not typically thought of as inspirational sources. Because I know that as guitar players, oftentimes, or really musicians, when we write a piece of music, we really do it with the guitar. So we start just playing things that we played before. If you're a beginner and you just learned an E minor chord and a C major chord, well, all your music is going to be very influenced by those things, right? Everything you write is going to be kind of at that level. I don't like that word in music, but at that level, using all the things that you've learned before on the instrument. If you're more advanced, well, your music, the things that you're writing is going to be directed again by the things that you've learned on the guitar. And that can be okay, but you're always limiting your compositions, your stories, the things you want to say by the technical things that you've learned. And sometimes that's fine, but oftentimes you're going to feel really stuck. And a great way to progress is to stop doing that. And that's why on the channel, I always do this. Always, always, always put the guitar down, because try it, please. If you have your guitar on your lap or something, just please put it down for now. The beauty of music is that it's kind of a universal thing, and it really starts from outside of this. A writer will have an idea of a great book in places outside of his office with his paper and his pen or his computer stuff. Stephen King wrote tons of books on vacation. I read an interview from him, and he was just, on walks or things like that. Or up in Estes Park, I'm in Colorado, and up in Estes Park there is the hotel. Why I'm forgetting the name of the hotel, and I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Anyways, he wrote that on vacation, and it became this huge thing. And Estes Park is like 40 minutes away. All that to say that let's try to write something here without this or the guitar, okay? And I'm going to ask you to participate in this. Let's close our eyes for a second, and then I'll get into the questions. I see a few coming in. But let's just really close our eyes and pretend that nothing exists, nothing is there. You guys are not there. There's no cameras. Oh, I know you're here. It doesn't work. But if you're alone and really not engaged in the process, it works even more if you're out in nature. And just close your eyes and just listen to something. What you hear eventually will be most likely very simple, and probably you're going to think, oh, that's stupid. I'm not going to go there. Go there. It might be influenced by something you heard on the radio or something like that. That's fine. All right, first thing that comes out. Okay, I know we've heard that before. I don't know from where, but that's the first thing that came out. Oh, I'll tell you about this in a second. Okay, so simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 notes. Would I have played that on the guitar if I had it? Probably not. If I had my guitar and I started writing something, it would probably be something like influenced by this kind of sound. Right? Maybe a riff. Very pentatonic based, probably, because that's kind of what we like. But no, that's not what came out. What came out? Something like that. Let's not grab the guitar yet. Let's just imagine now that a guitar is playing that. We're going to freeform it, no lock tempo, and we're going to try to answer that. What comes out after that? Okay, yeah. So simple, right? I'm gonna try to remember this. Usually if I was out, I'd do something else, look at, I don't know, what's going on in the park, just walk a little more, whatever, and see if I remember. So let's speed up the time. Yes, I remember it. I still remember. Sing it, hum it, try different things, and then even air guitar it if I'm on a walk. Imagine sounds. I'm trying to imagine an area of the fretboard. Imagine myself playing it perfectly. And then I get back home. And then I can grab my guitar and I have this starting point. This is the starting point of something. I'm going to practice this thing. Okay, I'm going to fish around for these notes. I don't know the key. Okay, I'll use that now. Yeah. Okay, this right here is played in that zone of the fretboard. Is it the best way to play this? I don't know. It's one of them. Let's try something else. That's another way. Always tune before a live event. Sorry. Okay, so okay. We're starting to practice here. We're starting to work on things. We can try to find this in different zones of the fretboard, and then we'll make some mini discoveries. So one of them is that this sounds different than same pitches, but different area of the fretboard. It's subtle, but subtlety is going to make a huge difference in the delivery eventually. See, the closer you are to the neck of the guitar, the brighter the notes. The closer you are to the bridge, the darker the notes. A good way to understand this is with your voice wide open, that's going to be really bright. Ah, closed is going to be ow, right? Kind of like a wah pedal. Same pitch. Ow, ow, ow. Dark, dark, wide, or bright, bright, dark. And if you can add, first you might have to think about it, but if you can blend some brightness and darkness, that is going to create contrast, and contrast is everything in music. I rediscovered that because I just finished filming yesterday the episode 2 of What Can We Learn From, in this case, Andy Timmons, and I discovered a lot of cool stuff with the bright, dark. It'll be uploaded probably sometime next week or in a couple weeks. But so we're making discoveries here. Okay, what can we do from there? And really what we're talking about is continuous practice, but practice your musicality, practice who you are. Instead of just grabbing a book of licks and memorizing them, which is cool, we're discovering what we're about, what we really want to say. Another route is maybe we got da 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 pa pa da pa pa pa. Let's play a chord over this. G. Oh, I got really lucky here. Ma pa na 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 na. Okay, we'll just take that first part. Let's try another chord. Ma pa da pa da pam. Oh wow, same theme. Pa pa da 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 da. Sounds very different over the F major. Pa pa da 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 da. F sharp. Pa pa da 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 da. Oh yuck, in the trash. So you're going through chords and discovering how a theme can really change its meaning depending on the context it's played over, which leads you to a new path of exploration here, right? We're talking about intervals now. And eventually you'll have a cool chord progression that can really lead you places. And it's about experimenting. It brings back the mad scientist in you as you're practicing. It's not very scholar, very rigid. It's really opening up a lot of possibilities to take it that way. And the idea was really born from, well, in this case, I'm in the studio, but if you're on walks or if you do something completely different with no guitar, the ideas you're going to have for your practice sessions are going to be really you, from you. Now, sure, there is nothing new under the sun, but still, you can bring your own flavor because you, even though there are many humans in the world, and there have been, you're still you. So your way of saying things will only exist in this present time, and it's never been done before if you are bold enough to try that. Okay, but let's do some questions. We'll come back to this. This is going to be a good test. I'm going to take some questions, and if if I remember this, da, 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 pa, pa, da, pa, we should probably make a song out of it. We'll see. Everyone, hello on the chat here, which I really wish I could stream it over there. Man, it says that it's streaming, but I probably have the wrong input or something. I don't know. I'm going to try one more time if you don't mind. Office TV is available. Great. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I would like to cast this tab on there, please. Okay, it says that it's, oh, you know what? I got you. I got it. It's working now. Oh my gosh. This is great because now I can do this. I could just turn around. Whatever's here is here. Okay, everyone, hello. If you asked a question, feel free to re-ask it because I'm looking at the bottom here. I'm really sorry, but feel free to repost it. I'll just start from what I see here, and yes, Samal has a good point with the McDonald's theme. It always comes out in my videos. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I think it's a great theme. I don't know. Maybe I should recycle my repertoire a little bit. All right, so. And, you know, make jazz. Why was I listening to French rap? Okay, here's why. I just got Spotify recently, and I've been in America for, at this point, I don't know, 14 years. And I miss my country. I miss France. And so on Spotify, I was just kind of looking for French music, and that came out. and that's why I don't usually listen to rap, but I kind of liked it. I think a lot of it is because it was French and it reminded me of my native country. That's why. All right. What's my opinion on older beginner guitarists and what tips would you have? Asks Spitting P90. Well, I think, first of all, I think it's awesome that you're starting guitar, whatever age, and I don't think it's too late at all. As a matter of fact, it might be a good thing because, sure, when you start young, maybe there's some dexterity there that is great, but really, I think if you approach it the music way and you embrace the fact that you are you with your experiences, and for older players, whatever older means, you have had a lot of experiences, so you can dig from a lot of things to bring into your music. And if you approach it that way, you know, da 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 da, great. Just find the way to play it. And it's not about, well, it can be, but at least for me, it's not about playing perfectly the guitar. It's about storytelling. And some great bands are, honestly, technically speaking, not that great, but they're great storytellers. And I'm talking like Guitar Hero stuff. Jimi Hendrix is a good example. Great player, very unique, but great in his own way. If you compare Jimmy to, I don't know, a great technician who started guitar at an early age, even though Jimmy did start at an early age, his playing is kind of rough, but his storytelling is beautiful and the uniqueness of his notes. So all that to say, I think it's awesome that you're starting whatever age. That's great. All right. Sorry, like, oh my gosh, where do I start? I don't know. Well, episode 2 of, yes, there will be an episode 2 of Vlad. I just filmed it yesterday. It'll be on Andy Timmons, and episode 3 is on Jimi Hendrix, and I'm going to film that this afternoon. So yes, it will come. Thank you. Trying something new, because to be honest, we're a small group of friends. The channel hasn't been doing great lately. I've been at YouTube for 11 years, and the growth is really, really slow. And I think I love doing it, but I think the content needs to be updated a little bit. So I'm having a lot of fun with those episodes. So, and there will probably be a Joe Satriani part 2 at some point because, like I mentioned in that video, I think there is a pre-2000 Satriani, or 98, whenever Crystal Planet came out, whenever he shaved his head, and then a post Crystal Planet came out, that 2 different Satrianis came out, still the same, but a little different. So yes, there will be an episode 2. Episode 1, you can watch it. It's more on the earlier Satch, pre-Crystal Planet. Okay. And a lot of people are asking about this. That's great. That's awesome. So yeah, episode 2, I'm looking forward to sharing with you that stuff. Anything else before we continue? Richard, rock on, man. That's great. That's awesome. Vlad's asking how the course is doing. Is it good for earning money? It can be, but it's a labor of love, for sure. Don't get into it because you want to get rich. Do it because you love teaching. But it's been a blessing. Love doing what I do. Gabriel is asking any advice on chord substitutions, altered chords, second dominants, and stuff. Yes, and okay, I'm gonna get you into a little secret here. All right. Yes, I teach music theory. Yes, I teach stuff like that. But I don't think about it, and I'm not a master at it at all. Like some players really know what they're talking about. I kind of know what I'm talking about. So when I think of substitution, secondary dominance, and stuff like that, I kind of know how it works, but I don't like to go that route. My love for music really comes from exploration. And, you know, if I play something, I don't know, I could analyze everything if I wanted to. But instead of doing that, what I would do is really just experiment with stuff. Try something, make up a concept. It will have a name somewhere. It doesn't matter. Maybe, all right, well, I have an A7 chord. And then what would happen if you played, instead of playing an A major pentatonic, what would happen if you played that same major pentatonic scale, I don't know, from the blue note, from the blues note, the flat 5? I don't know. Well, let's try that. Do you like it? I kind of like it. It has a name somewhere. And what if you blend both? I like it. It has a name somewhere, but that'll be my answer to this. And sure, I don't really know what I'm talking about, so it's an easy way to avoid the question. But I hope that helps. Probably not. I don't know. All right. Crux. Biscuit. Hey, David. I could use a hand with spicing up my improv. I tend to lean on pentatonics and modes. What can I add to really bring soloing and melodies to life? First, bring your voice in your ears. So hit it, put the desk down, and just play a backing track. Well, here's a backing track. It's not really a backing track, but let's say that I'll bring in the backing track. Let's say we have something like this. I'll just pull a backing track here. All right, whatever this is. Do you hear this? I don't know the key, but I get a feel for it. That's kind of the groove that I'm hearing. Oh, there's something happening there. But get into the groove, because that will spice up your playing. So let's say that we figured out that this is B minor 7. So instead of playing my legs, because I did oh, something new. Take a chance. Okay, this is probably a bad example because there are key changes, but that's the first thing. Think rhythmically. Then add some flesh in between the bones. This is what I mean. You've got your pentatonic scale. Here, let's switch to this one right here. You got your pentatonic scale, and let's say you're practicing that, A minor pentatonic. And you're practicing your licks. Okay, D lick. Okay, so this lick is made out of the bones. Here's what I mean. All the notes that I'm playing are from those 5 pentatonic scale notes. Those are the bones. In between the bones, you have the flesh. So add some flesh to that. Yes, chromatic stuff. But the bones are strong, which means that you can land on the bones and you're going to be safe. The flesh is often weak. The flesh is weak. It really is. And land on the flesh, and you might be okay depending on what, if depending on where you're landing, but sometimes not. So try to this with the bones and the flesh. So think rhythmically, I think. That would be my tip to get out of that. And then the cool thing with rhythm, if you have a strong rhythm, you can play wrong notes and they're going to be accepted. I played random stuff there, shapes, but with the rhythm, it sounds pretty good, I think. So that'll be my tip, and then putting the guitar down and started to sing stuff. So I think that can help. Thanks for asking. Okay. What else? Uh-oh. I don't remember the theme we sang earlier. That was a bad one. It wasn't da-da-da-da-da-da. I know. Something else. Okay, well, we got a few minutes of practice with it. We can find another one, but sometimes if it doesn't stick, I'll just leave it in the trash. Maybe it'll come back later. Or sometimes really I like to just kind of sing it in a phone and have it that way. Ooh, you hear that? Is that a storm coming? No. Oh, maybe there's someone outside. How do I incorporate sequence in your playing? Just work on them and actively decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Let's say you have this kind of sequence. Something. Okay. Very sequence-based. Okay, I'm going to actively work on this over a backing track. I'm going to try to find something that doesn't change all the time. Let's try this. We're in A mixolydian, so yeah, that was sequence. Oh, that's fast. Oh my gosh. Try it. Okay, not great, but just keep working on. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to change backing tracks. I'm going to change backing tracks. Let's say that you're working on that, okay? And let's try this one. Yeah, easier. Anyways, you work on it enough, and then you try to take liberties with it. I think that's what I would do. So instead of doing it, so Scholar, try to vary the rhythm. Something that you can play that's super manageable. Because the sequence is continuous, it'll sound kind of interesting, I think. Taking elements of the sequence. I'm not an alternative picking player, as you can tell. I'm legatoid. Just working with creativity, trying to be creative with it and seeing what comes out of this. Okay. And Michael is asking, I don't remember the name of the video, but is asking me, you had a nice video on how to sound fusion, like a cheat. I think the cheat that you're referring to is just using the drummer thing, the drummer fill. It's not the only way at all, but that's just my way of faking it, where you'll have, a backing track, so like this, and think like a drummer. You're in, and when would you do the fill? Right there. So when you do the fill, if you can control that fill playing, you can play any notes. Sorry, yeah. Here it is. Bad example, but I think that's the video. It is probably called like how to sound fusion or something, how to play fusion the easy way or something like that. I can't remember. Theine is, you try to comment and for some reason it keeps getting blocked. I'm really sorry, but I can read it. And you're talking about Davey504, I think the bass player, right? 7 million subs, yeah, he's great. But it's not really teaching stuff. I think the teaching model, I think, is great if you like doing that, but because we were talking about growth on YouTube, I think adding some entertainment value is really what helps these channels grow massively. Look at Rick Beato, more talk, showish type of thing. There's some education in there. It's great, but I think the entertainment piece is important in this stuff. I think it was a thunderstorm because it's starting to rain out there. Not that you care. Fox, yeah, Rush is great. Love Rush. I don't know them that much, just the classic ones. I got into Rush a long time after most people. When I moved to the States, I moved to join a band, a progressive rock band, and of course they knew Rush, and so that's how I discovered Rush. All right, let me tell you about this a little bit. Yeah, I'm pointing at the right one right here. This right here. A lot of people have asked me about my courses, and really, this GuitarInfusion.com will lead you to the free DNA course, which is the basis of everything I do on the channel. And I call it the DNA, well, because it's the basis of pretty much everything grows from it. It's kind of new in the sense that the concept came to me a long time ago, but I redid the videos and I refined the training. So if you haven't gone through it yet, I suggest that you check it out. It's free. It's a 3-part video, and that will help if you feel that you are watching some of the videos and you don't quite get everything. Check it out. It's free. GuitarInfusion.com, and you can ask questions and stuff, and I'll answer, and I think you'll like it. Anyways, let me switch here. Let me switch here to more guitar stuff. Okay. Here's something I've been working on lately that I think you should do. It kind of has to do with the guitar down thing. But this time it starts with a guitar, and it starts with, I've been doing this for a few years. I realized that you probably saw some videos on this, but that's okay. I start with this. I just take my fingers and then put them there on the fretboard. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna try. So in this case, well, that's a weird fingering. I have my pinky on the 4th string of the 10th fret. You can try it if you want. The ring finger is on the 3rd string of the 8th fret. And then the middle finger is on the 2nd string of the 7th fret. And then the index is right here on the 1st string, 6th fret. I'm gonna play this. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay, I got lucky. I like this. Sometimes I'm not that lucky. Sometimes I do something and then it's that. So I'll move my fingers until I find something interesting. Okay, let's take this one. It's easier fingering. Until I find something interesting. So this, I like that sound. What is it? I don't know. I don't really care at this point. But in this case, I have index on, so new fingering, 4th string, 5th fret, and then middle finger, 3rd string, 6th, and then the ring is on 2nd string, 7, and then the pinky just below 7th fret. Okay, I like this. I'm going to take this and imagine that that's a blank canvas on which I'm going to paint stuff. So it's almost a blank canvas. Not quite, because the blank canvas would be this. Nothing. But this sets the tone a little bit, sets the story. A desert. I try to picture something with this. Okay, I'm gonna introduce a detail to that desert. Maybe the sun fades a little bit, so I'm still gonna picture the desert, and I'm gonna change it a little bit. Changing one finger, maybe. I'll just try to lift this pinky. Okay, yeah. So 2 things now. I've got this. I like this sound. So I'm gonna use this later in the story. Okay. If I tried something like this, and I don't like this, okay, I'm going to eliminate this detail from my story. Maybe I'll go one fret higher. And then I'm going to try to add some action to the story. More melodic lines, so something comes into this desert. There's the desert, you know, a movie, fade in, desert. And it's nighttime in that desert. And then suddenly something happens. Not right away, just after, there's an animal that comes out. How did I do that? Well, I took elements from the desert. The animal lives in the desert, a fox or something. So he's part of the desert, part of that story. So I'm going to pick from notes from this semi-scale and try to come up with a theme. Okay, I'm going to add details to this fox that came out. Maybe he has a yellow strain in his tail. I don't know. That is a new detail to the story, this note. I haven't heard this note in my theme or in my chord. I tried it, something close, right? Because the detail of the story is not going to be, not here. That's another chapter of the story. It's going to be in this zone of the fretboard. I'm just trying to extract and develop something from here that conveys the idea that this is something interesting. I don't know, maybe not, but to me it's a story. And then there's some nuances. Maybe the fox is really discreet. And then something happens. Okay, what was that? I don't know. Maybe across the dune, there's another fox that comes. Okay, let's go back to the original fox. He's speaking to the other fox. And then the other fox, he says, hey, there's a problem over there. A problem? In the meantime, the desert is really getting dark. Really, really dark. Eventually, you're going to start developing some notes that are around this starting point, which is just, you know, a picture of a desert. And all these notes are going to be possible words to the story that are going to match, like almost like a word cloud. If you've seen those, like words that come out of a document. Well, it's the same thing. We're developing a word cloud or a letter cloud, note cloud. We can make mistakes, that's fine. There's no mistakes in music, but you can make choices that maybe you don't like. Eliminate that. And eventually, that's how you develop your sense of improvisation, storytelling, and then you can bring this to a canvas that is more established, a backing track. Okay, that's my desert, but the desert is pretty busy here. It's established. Telling my story in this context. And then take risks sometimes if you want. Okay, I got lucky. The way you do this is you slide in to a note higher, do a bend, and then listen, okay, where do I stop the bend? Yes, I made a mistake, but I try to cover it. so forth. And it's not lick driven. That's the cool thing. I mean, it can be. Sorry, all that to say, it's really about the story. I'm going to go back to the comments. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling here a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hugo is asking a great question here. Peux-tu raconter un peu ton histoire musicale? Quand as-tu commencé et pourquoi? Tu peux y répondre en anglais et tu peux comprendre également. I'm going to translate. Could you tell us a little bit about your... and it goes with Rocky here, Rocky's question, about your musical journey. When did you start? Why? And I'll do it in English. Thanks for asking. So I started guitar when I was 15 or 16, something like that. I started it, well, I've always loved music. I remember when I was a kid, I was probably 7, just kind of like singing and making up stuff and that stuff. So I started at the age of 15, just loved rock and Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, all those things, loved those. And then Metallica. And I just loved the way that it made me feel like on the guitar. And then I discovered the minor pentatonic scale, which was awesome. And I started writing stuff. And then after high school, I signed up for music college, university. And after 3 months, I dropped out really quick. I couldn't do it anymore. It was at the time, it was very theory focused, and I didn't want to have anything to do with music theory because I thought that if I understood the rules of music, I would hate music. I would lose the sense of mystery. And so I quit, and I just practiced guitar for a few years, played in bands and things like that. And then Ibanez in France organized this contest, and where you had to video yourself, send a cassette tape. At the time, there was no internet. This was probably, I don't know, 98, something like that. And I filmed myself. You had to record like 3 songs, I think, of your own, write 3 songs, and I played them. And anyways, I was one of the 10 finalists and went to there. And with that, I won a scholarship in a private music school. And that was great because then I was ready for theory. I understood that I wanted to understand what I was playing. And I had a great conversation with this theory teacher. And I told him, all right, I know that it's required for me to do theory here in this school, but here's the deal. I'm afraid that if I understand the rules of music, I'm going to start hating music and not enjoying the magic feeling that I get when I listen to bands like Satriani or things like that. Not bands, but guitar players. And he told me, I get it. I was the same exact way when I was young. But you're not going to hate those things anymore. If you understand how they're done, you're going to like them even more. And he was right. Because I still, even though I understand it, I still love simpler forms of music. It's not simpler, but you know what I mean? I still love a good Guns N' Roses song. I really do. Still love, all those bands, AC/DC and all those bands. I still love them, even though I understand what they're doing. And sometimes they do stuff that is theoretically incorrect, but who cares? So all that to say, that was my journey. And as far as the degree, I started music college and dropped out, so I have a high school degree. And then that private music school, it's the equivalent of, I don't know, a 3-year degree, but it's not really, maybe it's recognized, I have no idea. It doesn't really matter. Do you need a music degree to be a musician? Absolutely not. Can it help? Maybe, but you can learn so much. Everything I've learned, theory, really, was at the library. There was no internet at the time. I remember going to the library, reading about it, reading magazines. There was no YouTube either, but that's why I learned it all. And today with YouTube and stuff, you don't need a college degree. It can be great, but not necessarily. All right, I think I have... Yeah, that's what I thought. I froze a little bit, right? That camera over there froze. I don't know why. Is this one okay? Can you see me here? I'll have to check on that in just a little bit. Can someone confirm that you can still see this? Not sure what's going on. Hello, hello. Can you please confirm that I'm still here? AJ is asking a good question. Favorite guitar solo ever? Oof, I don't know. There are many. Cry, Andy Timmons is great. Really like that. There's so many Satriani songs too that are awesome. I don't have a favorite one. The last solo, the ending solo of The Wall, had a big impact on me too growing up. That's what taught me modes, because David Gilmour was playing this, I think, D minor pentatonic stuff, pure pentatonic, but there was something else going on, and it was modal, but it was still pentatonic, and it was in the background, the organ patch. You'll hear that those chord changes a little bit with constant D. So I still love that solo. Hotel California at the end, classic, right? There's so many. I can't really play them because I don't remember. For the Love of God, yes. So many. Gabriel is asking about if I'm a Holdsworth fan. Yeah, I like him a lot, but I don't know much of his music. I bought one album, I think it was a couple years before he died, just because I wanted to check it out. For me, it's the kind of music I have to listen a lot to in order to appreciate it. It's not an instant reward, but then once I get into it, I really like it. Pradip, who's my favorite guitar player? You are. You're my favorite guitar player. No, I don't know. I have so many. So many, but really most of them are the ones that tell stories. Dire Straits is one of my favorite bands ever, and it's because they have stories. They introduced me to the concept of stories. I know that there's lyrics with it, but I love that band a lot. I'm confused as to why they... Oh, I know why that camera died. I'll check it in a little bit. Everyone, we're getting on the hour here. TBA, do I still contribute to TrueFire? I haven't since my DNA courses over there, which is different from this. But still love the guys, they're great, and I would welcome a discussion on a new opportunity to do something with them. But I've been focusing on this really, mostly. This is taking me a lot of time. Check it out if you haven't heard my speech earlier. This is free. So guitarinfusion.com will take you to the free DNA training, which basically unlocks the concepts that I talk about on the channel. So check it out. It's completely free. And yeah, everyone, I'm going to go. I really appreciate you being here, sticking with me. Tomorrow I might come back live because Sweetwater's Gear Fest is going on this week, and it's a virtual event, and they have tons of deals. So I'm thinking about just kind of shopping with you guys on there. We'll see. So I might be back tomorrow, and then yeah, I'll meet you right there. Click on this free DNA course. If you haven't done it already, please do. I think it'll really help. And you might even get a special hello from me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. It's cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate your sticking with me, especially at the beginning. It was a little rough, but I'll be back tomorrow. And then check out episode 1 of... What Can We Learn From Joe Satriani, if you haven't already. Episode 2 will be up soon with Andy Timmons. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. See you next time. I was going to do the Robert Baker thing. What does he do? Like, somebody hype it. Anyways, see you guys.